Hello, everybody. Welcome to twitch.tv/the Onyx Path, where today we have gathered for episode 2 of They Came from the Cyclops' Cave, Warriors of Legend. We're going to get right into the adventure momentarily. Those of you who have watched the previous episode know we had some tech issues at the end, so I'll do a quick recap, and then we'll dive right into resolving the cliffhanger that we ended on. However, before we get into that, just a couple quick things I want to make sure that you are aware of. Right now, the GM's Day sale is going on. Bunny's got something in their throat. Aside from that,
Oh God, sorry. Thought I was muted for that
no, I'm
one.
doing my it's live updates.
Perfect time.
I
Live updates.
right,
Oxygen is cool. Love to inhale it. Not so good at it right now. Working on it.
right. As long as it goes to the right place. If it goes to the wrong place, then you start having problems. Along with fluid, anything that you. Never mind. I was that all started to go to a direction I didn't want to go. We're gonna just sideline that train of thought and get back to the promotional stuff I was talking about, which was the GM's Day sale is up on Drive-Thru RPG right now. There are hundreds of titles on sale from Onyx Path Publishing with discounts, I believe, going up as high as 40%. So if you've not yet done so, head over to Drive-Thru RPG and pick up all types of stuff. We also had the Storypath Nexus Game Jam ended last night with a success. The winners have been announced on Onyx Path's social media. I'm super happy at the participation, and I'm very proud of the entries. I want to offer my sincere congratulations to the winners, and hopefully we can do this again next year or even sooner with some other of our properties. We do have a couple other community content programs that we could lean on, but we'll see how that shakes out. Lastly, of course, I want to remind you all to please, if you've not yet done so, check out the Curious Cats of Mao on BackerKit. Sorry, my inability to type and talk at the same time has struck again. Um, but yeah, head over and check that out. It brings the cats of the Monarchies of Mao into the new edition of Pugmire, the Realms of Pugmire rules. It's super fun, super cool. I've run an actual play of it now on the stream. I know Eddie's got one. The first part ran this week, and the second part will be running next week. Lots of cool stuff going on about that. I think that is all of the bills paid. So let's get back into the adventure. Buckle in. It's going to be a wild ride. So when last we met, our adventurers had discovered that there's a evil force rising in the land. Something known as the empty or the void. People have talked about it in some different terms. This force has already destroyed at least one village that you know of, at least two villages that you know of. The first village the adventurers passed through at the beginning of their adventure and found it completely devoid of color, as if something had literally sucked all the saturation, all the life out of the place. And then, once our heroes managed to have their little meet cute at a local fair that involved some fighting off some cultists, a little bit of acrobatic displays, and a stark reminder that enemies should stretch before they fight the heroes of the land. The party then moved along to seek out the wisdom of the Oracle of Titan Mountain. And on the way to meet that oracle, they found another family who was headed to the village that they had just left, seeking refuge, as their village had also been devoured by the empty. Drawing on the magic of the land, Belladonna was able to restore some of their life energy and bring the color back into their lives, which offers the group some hope that perhaps this can be defeated, perhaps this evil can be stood against. They continued their way up the side of Titan Mountain when they came across a griffin's nest. In an attempt to, I'm not sure what The attempt was, but Belladonna.
Ultimate stealth technique. Pretty confident ultimate stealth technique. I'm pretty sure no one has ever been as stealthy as Belladonna was in that moment.
Belladonna chose to mimic an animal and hide in the griffin's nest after a terrible roll. Determined that the platypus would be the perfect animal, not realizing that, oh, right, the reason that she thought a platypus is because it's the natural predator of griffin eggs. So Belladonna had hopped in, used illusions to take that form and hopped into the nest. And then chaos ensued as our technical stream fell apart. So, as the other two had begun to hide, the griffin was returning, flying up into the nest. Let's start off first with MK. Tell us, please, who you are, what you do, who you're playing, your pronouns, their pronouns, and where are you standing in relation to this griffin's nest?
Okay, a lot of information. I am MK Anderson. I am the managing editor of Onyx Path Publishing. I am playing Hilda, warrior princess, an octogenarian who used to be a hero and is now a hero again. Her pronouns are she, her. My pronouns are any, but she, her is an easy way to make sure nobody gets confused. And right now, Hilda Warrior Princess is holding a platypus like a football and trying to protect it with her body.
Excellent. And correct me if I'm wrong, but you are still standing smack dab in the middle of that griffin's nest, surrounded by its eggs, correct?
Yep, I didn't get the role that I needed to do to get away. So, yeah.
Excellent. And so that brings us around to CJ. CJ, please tell us who you are, what you do, your pronouns, who you're playing, their pronouns, and where are they standing right now?
Yes. Hi, I'm CJ. You find me pretty much everywhere at CJ, sorry. I am marketing and community at Roanoke and Deckard, and I have some cool news for you at the end of the episode, but not right now. Right now, I will tell you my pronouns are they, them. I am playing Alice, whose pronouns are she, her, and I was the only one I think who succeeded in hiding, but given that my friends are in danger, that won't be the case for long.
Excellent. So you're currently sort of crunched up in like a little crevasse in the rock where you can see what's happening, but hopefully the griffin cannot see you.
Yup,
Love
hopefully.
it. Excellent. And last but not least, that brings us around to Millie. Please, if you would tell us who you are, what you do, who you're playing, your pronouns, their pronouns, and what you are doing as you see this griffin fly up into view, nestled in the football-like grasp of Hilda.
Aw, it's so cozy. Hi, I'm Bunny and Armilly. My pronouns are she and her or they and them. Belladonna's are she and her. I'm a retro 90s anime bunny girl villain VTuber, as is tradition. But I'm glad not to be the rising evil in this game this time, probably so far. It still might be my character's mom, but we don't know one way or another yet. Who knows? Stuff is complicated out there. Currently I am snug as a bug in a rug, being a particularly well-held platypus. I think I was trying to cast like a wind spell to blow the griffin away, but I didn't do very successfully on it. But stream was sort of exploding at that point, so not sure where we got on that one. But probably, I think, wiggling dramatically as a platypus who's very convinced that this was the right plan, that I would be totally fine were I just left there as platypus.
Yes, I believe actually now that you mention it, if I check my records, you were in the process of casting a spell when things went down. So that's where we will begin this time. Give me just a moment to bring up the chat. Apologies if the camera goes wonky for a second, because as
Oh,
Zoom
sorry.
will do. Oh, no, that's all me. I just wanted to.
I do that all the time. I never forget to I never remember to bring up the chat before I do the layout, and then I'm like, nobody message me. God, please, nobody message me.
Right, and I immediately realized that, oops, I had not done that. My bad. So yeah, just checking out our previous chats here for my notes. You have. I'm going to let you keep the rewrites from last session because I'm not a monster. So you do have 10 in the pool. And it looks like, yeah, you were about to cast that spell. We did not get a chance to resolve it. So you were looking for, hopefully, to throw a windstorm in its direction, correct?
I think so. I don't remember which one it was that I was using. Dun, 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 dun.
I believe it was Convenient Storm. No, it was not Convenient Storm. It was on Hail and Thunder.
That sounds right.
Yep. So let's get a
Control the weather. That's what it was.
Yep, let's get a mysticism and intellect roll. The number of successes that you gain on that roll will reflect the number of rewrites that you effectively spend on the spell. We are running,
Sweet.
for the audience at home, we are running magic a little differently on this stream than right out of the box because I want it to be a very high magic setting. So our sages, our spellcaster folk, can basically kick off cinematics with a mysticism roll for the most part.
I'm looking for 8s, right?
You are looking
Just remembering.
for eights.
I have nothing. I have absolutely nothing. I have not a single 8. I have 4 7s.
Beautiful. Tell
That's why
me.
I was asking. I was like, just
You
in
didn't
case,
get-
we gonna get some 7s?
You didn't get any ones, did you?
Yeah, I made
did
all
not,
those. I was going to say.
no. The lowest I rolled was a 5. I just rolled like 4 7s, a 6 and a 5.
Excellent.
My life.
You gain a rewrite thanks to the failed roll.
Woo. Love that. Big fan of that.
And-
I feel this goes down as the platypus very smugly going, yeah, one is he a magic trick, and then just what happens after that? Nothing.
As a consolation, in addition to your rewrite, Belladonna also comes to the stunning realization that you should not be in this form. Not for the reasons that you shouldn't be, which is that this is going to make the griffin want to eat you, but because it obviously interfering with your ability to cast spells.
Clearly. I am the daughter of the most powerful spellcaster of all time. Clearly.
Excellent. And who?
So tiny platypus arm wiggling and just like, wind, in your arms like a glorious potato. Please continue.
Who would you like to pass the next action to?
I think it's going to be CJ, just so Hilda has to stand there and conceptualize this for a moment.
Beautiful. And what would Alis like to do as the camera focuses over onto Alis, crouched in this rock?
Ooh, I think Alis is definitely going to jump out from being hidden because I wish I could be like, they sneak to the nest to try and gently, but they're too dumb. I'm sorry, she's too dumb. She's gonna see her friends in danger and be like, oh no, and jump out of the rocks. So apologies in advance. But I think I'm just gonna go try and grab the platypus.
All right, so you're going to also try to
Are y'all just playing hot platypus?
Yeah.
Just like tossing a platypus?
Yeah, because I think Hilda grabbed it, but ended up still in the nest.
right. So
Yeah.
so you
So I
could
think
either
we're gonna
we
try
can-
and-
so you're trying to like pass get
Pass
Hilda to
me the
pass the
So would you like me to do a long? Are we
Go
doing?
long.
Yeah, are we doing like literally like American football past the like?
Yeah.
like a pass of the fun.
is that you're on a mountain and there is a lot of wind up here. I'm just
I'm gonna die.
Yeah, we're not gonna do a long pass. We're just gonna do a regular. What I wish I knew more football terms.
the one where
Underhanded?
you hand it over to the, I know there's a play
just-
where you
we're
hand
gonna-
it. I don't know.
It's just a regular. I think it's just a regular pass. We're gonna
Yeah.
have a regular
Yeah,
pass
we'll do a football
of a-
pass.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So you're going to try to like run through and snatch the platypus and keep going.
Yeah.
All right. In that
Yeah,
case,
I am.
what I would have you do is I would like
Nice
you
with
to
help.
make a athletics, probably, I would say.
That feels reasonable.
And you could lean on dexterity. You could lean on cunning. You could even, I would say, lean on might.
I think I'll take might. I've got just one dot better than dexterity in that.
Okay.
And you're free to use some of these rewrites for like an additional.
There are 11 rewrites
boost.
in the pool. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Remind me, do we have to use rewrites before we roll, or it's okay to use them afterward?
So if you use them before you roll, you can just buy extra dice with them. If you use them after you roll, basically you're buying re-rolls of failed dice. So you're not going to be
Gotcha.
able to spend more on it than the failed pool.
Ah.
And you can never
What do you
spend
guys
more
think?
than half
I
your pool
have-
on anything but cinematics anyway.
I have 6 dice so far. Do you think we should add some dice, or should we just see how we do and re-roll if we need to?
I think you could re-roll failures on that one.
I think
that
so.
one.
All right,
Yeah.
let's see how we do. Okay. I have a 10. Ooh, that's
So
exciting.
10's count as 2.
I have a 10. Do they count as 2? Yeah, they
Yep.
don't explode. Okay. I play too many different story paths games at once. And an 8. And but I do have a 1.
The ones don't matter once you have a
Because I
success.
didn't
Yep.
because I didn't fail. Yeah, okay. Okay. So I have a 10 and an 8. So that's 3 successes.
Excellent.
I
3
think that's
successes
good.
is
Yeah,
pretty
that's a lot
good.
of
Yeah, that's
successes.
enough for you to step over. Because I believe the 2 complications that Hilda faced were getting over the edge of the nest
Yeah.
and then not getting blown away by the wind. And that's what stopped Hilda. But you are able to achieve both of those ends, grab the platypus, and start running further up the trail. Who would you like to pass the initiative to then? Would you like to hand it?
Hilda. Yeah.
Hilda? Okay.
I'm hoping Hilda can
Is this something where the bad guy will get to act twice then?
Yes, because you're doing a popcorn style initiative. So if they haven't gotten to act at all in the round, they can basically end the round with their action and start the next round with their action.
Would you prefer I
Okay.
pass it to Batty? So that and Hilda can fight off Batty?
You
I say
can,
Batty. It's a griffin whose nest we actively invaded.
yeah,
That's
that's
true.
true. Yeah.
100%. We are the baddies here.
From a tactical perspective, I will point out that the griffin is going to
Follow the platypus.
likely follow the platypus because the platypus is a known predator. Well, I put it this way. There's a 50-50 shot that it follows the platypus.
Right.
Because there is still somebody in its nest. So I will leave it to random chance to decide which one it's going to pay attention to.
If you give it to me, I can get out of the nest, and that way we can see where it goes and what it does.
Let's do that. I think that is the good plan.
Yeah,
I think I would prefer Hilda to be out of the nest.
Yeah, the other thing I can do is stand and fight and let you guys get away because I'm pretty beefy.
Yeah, I mean, you could hop out and interpose yourself on the
Yeah,
trail
that's
and take like an offensive posture, perhaps. Now, the griffin might very well just fly around you, but it's worth a shot.
yeah. Let's pass it to me. I'll
Okay. Off to Hilda.
So what you're
The
trying
platypus was passed to Alis, and the initiative was passed to Hilda.
So just so
Yeah.
that I'm 100% clear on what your attempt is here, you're going to get out of the nest, turn your attention to the griffin, and try to like draw aggro from it, basically. Like, fight me, not them. Right? It's kind of
yeah, I think I'm gonna try and use get out and then be extra intimidating with my sword and hope that it decides that nothing's in its nest now. It doesn't need to chase anything.
Okay. So here's what I would say then. You're looking at 2 actions, so we're going to do a bit of a mixed
Right.
action here. You're going to be looking at athletics to get out, and you're going to be looking at probably persuasion or maybe even command to back it off, right? To threaten it with the sword. You could pair, honestly, both of those with might or dexterity, whichever works better for you. And I will remind you, though, we are early in the session for you to do it. You do have, because you're carrying the sword, is that the sword? That is the weapon of your people, correct?
Yeah, I think so. Let me see got if I got that as as my yeah, it's the weapon of my people that I've got.
So like you could like wave it around and hold aloft your magic sword and get enhancement on this action. But that's going to be you only get to use it once a session. So
Yeah, I think story wise, it makes sense that this is the first, you know, bump in the road, and it might actually be story wise interesting. Oh no, I already used it if we if we run into it. So I think purely from a role playing point of view, not from a tactical one, we're holding aloft our mighty sword, the mighty sword of our people, and saying evil shall not prosper, like that sort of thing.
excellent. I
Uh,
love it. So in that case, you will choose the lower of the two pools. So uh, if you're leaning on, what would you like to lean on for the actual intimidation?
I think command,
Okay. And is that lower than your athletics or higher?
it's the same.
Okay. Excellent. Beautiful. And then are you leaning on might or dexterity?
Might because it's four dots instead of one. Not a
Excellent.
bendy person.
In that case,
Uh,
go ahead and give me that might roll alongside your command, and you will have the 5 enhancement, I believe, from the weapon of your people. You just
oh,
have
plus
to.
five enhancement.
I believe that's what that
Oh,
offers you. Yes, is a +5 enhancement. Now, you will have to divide your successes between the getting out of the nest and the actual intimidation, and bearing in
so
mind. Oh, go
that's
ahead.
pretty nice to have that plus five enhancement then, because I'm
Yes,
dividing the action. So
very
this feels
handy.
like a good time.
And you do
And
have
then I'll
the
just end up
complication
give
of
rerolls.
two. One of the if you
Yeah.
don't resolve, you fall off the mountain, and the other one that you trip on the nest.
So
So
yeah, I'll just rewrite roll. Should I get the dice up front? Could I get a couple of dice up front, or should I go ahead and reroll failures on that? I'll go ahead and reroll failures on that. So let's see how many dice I get. I have two successes plus five enhancements, so
excellent. So
seven total.
that is more than enough. You um, let out kind of like a weary sigh as, as realization hits. And please walk me through this moment. Alis is running up ahead, sort of tucking Platypus Belladonna under her arm. Platypus Belladonna is waving an arm vigorously, going, "Wind, wind!"
And
I'm
yeah,
picturing the bill just like flapping, just like wah wah wah.
yeah,
and
I think
and
I've passed off the platypus, and I'm uh, taking my sword out, and I probably like use my strength to leap off the outside of the nest, plant my feet, hold my sword aloft, and you know, I think I might actually use a quip of like, I hope you know how to fly, like that kind of thing. Uh,
excellent. That will add
and
another die to your next action, but continue.
yeah, and we're just going to be, the fantasy, Red Sonja image of a woman holding a old woman, but still a woman holding a sword over her head, um, in sort of this iconic hero pose.
Excellent. And as you
But
land
cradling a platypus.
and sort of spin
Yes.
on your
Wow.
heels. I was going to say, Alis has the platypus now. Hilda is
Yeah.
unhindered by platypus at this point. Yeah, you spin on your heels, and the sword goes up, and the clouds like roll in as the sky darkens, and you hear the roll of thunder and lightning crack across as you, say again your quip.
Yeah. I hope you know how to fly. To the griffin.
And the griffin like lets out this horrible squawk and sort of lands in its nest, kind of shielding the eggs with its wings and like staring you down and sort of snipping at you with its beak. But it does not seem like it has the fortitude to pursue any further aggression toward you.
Oh, hell yeah.
I think there's a
So.
brief beat where Alice pauses from running away with the platypus and it's just like, wow. Oh, and just keeps
The
going.
platypus would also like to go, wow. Like we do like a synchronized wow. Like our jaws drop, not my bill drops, you know?
Precisely.
It's a very like, what's that thing with Perseus where there's like a mechanical owl?
Oh
Like
yes.
having like having a platypus uh, in the scene.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, it
very
was
much
in Clash
that
of the Titans.
vein.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I can never remember the owl's name. I want to call him Archimedes, but that's not his name. That was the name of the owl ship in Watchmen. I don't know why I get those two confused, but I do. But digressions aside, you are all able to regroup and continue your trek up the mountainside. Now, is Belladonna remaining in a platypus and remaining nuzzled throughout the remainder of this journey, or
Probably for slightly longer than is socially sensible, but not for very long.
Excellent, excellent. I love it.
Gotta do a smug little waddle. Not that she's feeling particularly smug, but you know.
Right, you gotta play it off like you knew the whole time.
Of course, all as I had foreseen. Mm-hmm.
After about another 45 minutes to an hour of upward movement, you finally come to an area known as the Giant's Pass. This is the last stop before the summit of the mountain, and this is known to be where the Oracle's guardian resides. It is a large flat space that has on the east and west sides has sort of rocky protrusions that go upward, probably 50 feet to a side. All the way back further north is the final summit of the mountain, which goes up probably 150 feet from where you're standing. And there is a very clear doorway, like a hole, a cave inside that summit, which must be the home of the Oracle. As soon as you step onto these plains, the ground itself rumbles and shakes, accompanied by a boom. Again, a boom, and the ground shakes. Couple
Is that
of
normal?
couple of the
I miss being the
rocks
platypus.
sort of roll off of the outcroppings to the side. A third boom as a giant, probably 20 feet tall or so, dressed in like a golden toga with a belt that appears to be made out of like various interwoven twisted cloth. On close inspection, both Belladonna and Hilda are able to easily recognize the cloth on this giant's belt, as it appears to be made out of the same cloth, perhaps even made out of the robes of these cultists that you've been fighting. It does not look like the giant was given these. They show signs of having been ripped and shredded, and a couple of them have some bloodstains on them still.
I mean, the classiest belts are made out of the skin or clothing of your enemies, so they're valid. You know, that's just how you do sometimes.
Yeah.
And the giant steps around the corner and looks down upon you and says, "Hey,
Hey.
Hi. Hey.
Gonna
Do I
frantically
know this
take off
giant?
my robe. Stop,
I think,
hi.
yeah. I think Hilda's trying to remember. Do I know this giant? Have I met this giant?
you have not met this giant, but when you look at him, you recall your last trip to see the Oracle was at the beginning of your hero's journey.
Yeah.
And you look up and you're pretty sure like this giant's got his dad's eyes. Like this is the son of the guardian that was here last time you were here.
Aw.
It's like, I knew your dad. Hi.
Then it must be true. He kneels down and like bows his head and says, "You are Hilda, the warrior princess returned. I heard your call and saw the skies and knew it must be you."
Yeah. No, it's been a long time. I haven't been up here, and it's gotta be. Oh my God, is it 65 years? Is it almost 65 years?
It must be. My father told me the story of your visit many times before his retirement.
Gosh. Oh wow. Well, there's the evil is I don't know if it's back, but there's a new evil, and it may be related to the old one. Uh,
Are you certain it's not just the griffin down there? It seemed like maybe you had all scared the griffin a little bit, and that.
we yeah, I mean, no, I don't. Well, we wouldn't have started up
Oh,
if there wasn't. Yeah, see what I mean?
you make an excellent
That's
point. Yes.
yes.
There is
So
definitely
these
something
are
wrong with that griffin, though, but that might be beside the point. Clearly, the griffin was at fault in that interaction. Like, for
yeah.
real.
Sure.
Anyway, hi. Sorry, I'm Alice. We really need to see the Oracle, because this evil that Hilda mentioned, it's sucking life out of people, like force, and
Oh,
we don't know what to do.
that
So we're
sounds
Yeah.
hoping they have some insight.
that sounds absolutely dreadful. Yes,
It is.
Yeah, it's a little startling.
you definitely
Yeah.
should speak with the Oracle. I would highly recommend getting in there as quickly as you possibly can to have a in-depth conversation. She might have some insight into who could be responsible. He sort of crosses his legs and sits down. As a matter of fact, now that I think on it, there have been a number of cults throughout the ages who have tried to reach in and grasp some sort of eternal darkness or other, and he just keeps rambling and keeps rambling.
Thank you so much.
Sure. Yeah, thank
Hey.
you.
I'm just gonna start
Belladonna's
talking.
kind of curious about the rambling, like what the cults were after, which cults in particular, what kind of like eternal or elemental darkness were they reaching for? Were they doing stuff here with the Oracle? Were they going for a different type of darkness? Was it like the darkness of the heart or the soul or the spirit or the song or the earth or like the sky? So she might be out here for a while.
So are you going
so,
to like
yeah.
ask leading questions
Yeah,
basically?
fully just like too excited about the history of villainy and spooky cults to actively probably notice that these two have already gone inside. Plus, she's kind of
Yeah,
nervous about going into a giant oracle when she's, definitely a good guy. So
Of course.
I forgot to get changed earlier.
Excellent. I appreciate you undergoing your transformation for us. So in that case, while you remain outside, I just want you to note somewhere on your sheet that you will have. Give me just a second. We will say a total of 3 extra dice. You can write this down. That you can keep as a pool that you can tap into anytime you're trying to like figure out information about evil cults. based on all this information that you're
Okay, awesome.
gathering while you're encouraging him to ramble. And he clearly does not even seem to notice that the other two have gone past. So inside, heading up to the mouth of the cave, when you step in, you can see that the cave itself, though there are no torches, there seems to be sort of an ambient level of torchlight throughout the cave. You can fairly easily see. There is a spring that seems to be feeding into a pool that then you're assuming goes beyond that and rolls down the mountain somewhere. And you see the oracle. The oracle is a woman about 7'5" or so. She is dressed in a cloak that, now that you take a good look at it, you realize looks like it may be like a griffin's like skin was used to make this cloak. And she says, Hilda, we meet again. It has been too long.
It's like, I think I'm starting to get emotional about it, because like when you get to my age, you don't know if you get to see people again. So I'm putting up my sword and getting my cane back out and heading over to have like a little sort of old lady like hi kind of like, it's been
Aw.
too long. I don't make it up here enough.
No, you certainly don't. And to be fair, I could stand with coming down from the mountaintop once in a while, but I've been very busy.
Yeah, and the knees aren't what they were, so we're gonna, like, what I would love to catch up, but the thing that's going on with us is there has been some kind of um, evil sapping the color from people, some cultists.
Yes.
And it sounds like the Guardian has been defeating cultists coming up the mountain, coming for you.
He mentioned that when we were having tea last week, and I didn't really think much of it. We get bursts of activity from time to time. Some, want to be Dark Lord rises and thinks the first step is to take out the Oracle, so they send their henchmen here, and whoever doesn't make it past the Griffin, yes, Charlie takes care of. Yeah.
He's
He's a
awfully
good
nice.
kid.
Yeah, he is. He's really, really nice. It was good of him to stay when his parents retired. They picked up some property on the beach, the south side of the continent. It's
Oh,
yeah,
oh, good for them.
yeah. It's a lovely retirement community. They have a pet rock that stays with them, not Stone, but the bird. It's a
Oh,
nice
okay, yeah, got it.
it's a nice place.
Could have been either one.
I would like to get down there and visit sometime when of course I have occasion, which is rare given all the peril that we often find ourselves in. But your cult, yes, I can look into it. If you'll excuse me, I'll just hop over here to the pool of reflections. Would you like some tea or perhaps a biscuit while I?
I would love. I could use a biscuit. It's been a long climb. You want some? Oh, Belladonna's not in, but Alice, would
I
you like
think
a
she's
biscuit?
still talking to Charlie. I'd love some tea if it's not too much trouble.
Of course. She walks over and lays out like tea service on a table that just sort of grows up out of the stone as she sets the tray down.
Wow.
Chairs also rise up out of the stone almost without her even bothering to command it,
Wow.
giving you a place to sit. And she says, "I will visit the pool of reflections and give you your prophecy. But a
Thank you.
moment." And she walks over toward the pool and just wades into it and tilts her head back and says, "Give me the sight." And her eyes open wide and begin glowing brightly white. And at first, this fills the room with sort of a sense of warmth and a sense of safety. But before long, like crackles of darkness start appearing in the light that is emanating from her eyes, and she starts to scream, "No, it cannot be!" and then falls into the water, unconscious.
Whoa, I'm gonna run into the water and get
Oh,
see if
yeah,
I
Aylis
can't
is
lift her.
there in
Yeah.
seconds, helping Hilda
All right, yeah, the two of you
pull her out of the water.
dive free and pull her out of the water. When you lay her down, she coughs up a mouthful of water and opens her eyes. And you notice when she opens her eyes that her irises no longer have any color.
Oh, no, Bella.
It's like
I'll go get
walking in
Bella.
casually with like a little notebook, kind of realizing where she is, anxiously looking around a little bit, really taking her time.
And it's just, I think I'm pulling her to the edge of the pool, like, hey, honey, hey, we had a little bit of a rough, vision. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine.
She says, "The evil is rising, and it's. I've never felt it so powerful."
Okay.
Mother Blightwood has returned.
That's a sentence to walk into the room to.
Mother Blightwood has returned.
And I think I look at Bella like,
Mother
like, what is,
Blightwood.
Just gonna shrug.
is that now out of character, is that the same as Belladonna Blackwood's mom? Or is that
I have fully put it wrong in Discord as Blightwood.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. So in just sort of like what is your mother up to?
She is.
Like, she was never like this bad.
I see her at the center of a grand darkness, an octopus with tentacles made of nothing that reach out into the world and sap it of all that was. She must be stopped. The forces of good must array against her before she grows too powerful. I fear we may already be too late.
No, we can't be too late. That's not how this works. Where there's life, there's hope. We can do this, and that's my quip.
Excellent. You may
No,
hang on to a +1 for a later roll. She
this isn't like her.
she starts like
Oh,
groping
that's
out
important.
for Hilda's hand, basically.
And I squeeze it, and it's like, is there not anything you can do, Belladonna? And I just sort of say that, and then I'm focused back in on my friend. And it's
I
just squeezing her hand.
I can certainly try.
Excellent. Go ahead and make a mysticism plus intellect roll, if you would, please, Belladonna.
Sure. Please roll a few successes this time. I have 2.
It occurs to you as you examine her that it would seem that whatever she looked at, you must assume is the empty, has not only drained the color from her eyes, but the sight, both physical and spiritual.
Oh
And-
no.
And the only way you can think of to get it back is to go get it back.
Oh gosh.
We can fix this. It's just going to take some doing. And I can't do it here.
We should talk to Charlie and talk about maybe getting her done. I don't know that she's an oracle at the moment. I don't think she should be here.
Her sight's been taken.
Right.
If Charlie's been able to protect her this long, then maybe it's safest for her to stay here.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe.
Forces will continue to array against good. Forces will continue to try to aid this empty. I make an easy target and allow you to move freely. I will be fine. Charlie is an adept and skilled guardian. You
I'm going to
must.
stop this.
I believe in you, and I believe you will. But to do so, you must visit the Council of the Wise in the city of Preston to the north.
That's not the Mages Council, right?
That is absolutely the Mages Council.
Belladonna's gonna let out a groan.
They're
Do
the
you have
only.
history with the Mages Council, Bella?
No. Most
Okay.
convincing face.
They are the only body powerful enough to stand against this, and with enough reach and influence to call out to heroes across the land quickly.
If you can convince them to take any kind of action at all, well, we'll do our best. This is not like my mother. I don't know what's happening.
Tell them
I am.
the import.
She sort of like looks like she's struggling to figure out how to use her mouth. I'm sorry this happened. So sorry this happened. Blah. Weird.
She says, "Wait, you are
Made
the
you Canadian.
you are the child."
Awkward smile.
Yeah, it was news to me too. But she's
Yeah,
good. She's our friend.
She's
No fan of the the arrayed forces of good. But not a fan of whatever this is either. So
You may be the only person who can stop her.
no pressure.
she never listened to me. Like just sort of like heavy implication. We had some kind of we had a we had a thing
Mm-hmm.
at one point. Apparently, she didn't see things the way I do. I don't know. Apparently, that's a whole trigger to like conquer the world. I don't understand it. I wouldn't have chosen it. I don't. But whatever she needs to do, whatever she has to do, I just don't know why she has to involve other people. And I think she's just going into that. My ex amps me up kind of.
Alis turns to Belladonna and just goes, even if you're the only one who can actively stop her, we're here. So we'll all do it together.
Yes. Maybe
Well,
she'll
she's never
listen
listened to me either. Looks awkwardly at Hilda. Ugh,
Well, I'm a
sad.
complete stranger, so
You might have a better shot than both of us.
For sure. Like God.
You mistake me, Belladonna. Only if she has imbued the power of the empty, only one of her blood has a chance of destroying her.
Oh. Gonna flop down a little. Oh. Well, I mean that this is wrong. If that's the only way, then it's the only way. But I'll keep looking for other things. I can understand the world being out of place and wanting to set things how you see it. I can relate. But I don't understand this. Something is wrong.
Perhaps the council
It's not her.
will be able to help. Perhaps you'll be able to find a way to dissuade her, but if she is truly bound with the empty, there is no salvation that I know of.
we won't give up. But we'll do what we must.
Too easily.
Well, I believe in you, and I believe that with your powers combined, you will be able to stand against this great evil. And on the bright side, if you fail, your shame will be short.
Great.
Ooh. That's
that actually, that's quite inspiring.
yeah.
At least if something goes wrong, it's brief, right? Actually, I feel so much better already. Good talk, lady.
Thank you. Yeah, well, I think I think when you lose the sight, maybe you lose a little bit of your inspiring. Like
Sex?
she's depressed. Yeah,
Forgive
she's not
my
feeling
lack
great.
of bedside manner. I just had
Yeah.
I just had two senses robbed of me.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, well, we're gonna head out north, but we are going to fix this, and uh, evil shall not prosper. All of that. Uh, we've we've defeated maybe not this bad before, but we've got more help than we had before. So we'll get this.
Yeah, I mean, we have Hilda Warrior Princess and the daughter of Mother Blightwood and me also. Yeah, it's gonna be great.
Gonna give you a little fist bump. And you also.
She sort of
Me
reaches
also.
out her hand toward Alis
Fa la 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 la.
and says, I saw something great for you as well, but really kind of only out of the corner of my eye. I was about to look over there, and then my sight got taken. So I'm certain, though, that you will play a role.
Thanks.
It's like, hey,
I'm
great
just here
destinies
because
all around here.
it's the right thing to do. And Bella's my friend. So let's go. Save the world, I guess.
Good luck. Return to me when you've completed your mission, and there's baggies in the drawer over there. Take some biscuits with you for the road.
Oh,
Oh,
thanks.
goodie bags. Aw.
Yeah, we're eating like animal crackers on.
How many goodie bags are there?
Well, there's just empty bags and then like a tray of like tea service set out. So
Definitely taking 2 goodie bags. It's not like she can see.
Yeah, we're taking some goodie
Gotta
bags.
keep my villainy, somewhat intact.
go through and just
That's right. I'm stealing crackers.
Yeah, and of course you can buy these crackers at your local, uh, these licensed crackers at your local grocery
Sure,
store.
but I don't have to.
Yes, exactly, because they're in universe. So,
Dun,
yeah.
dun.
But I do like the idea of us like wandering down a mountain and in full warrior, Xena garb and just nibbling on.
Chomping crackers. Chomping
Yeah.
crackers that are available for you to purchase.
Exactly.
Product placement.
Got to get that product placement in. Now, you all know that the council's in the city of Preston. The city of Preston is a 5-day trek to the north. If you go straight through, can take 8 days if you follow the trade routes, but if you press on directly forward through the swamp of morning, that will shave 3 days off of your travel.
Nothing ever happened in a swamp, in a
Of
very
morning.
sad swamp. Yeah.
Well, the swamp of
that
morning is
sounds-
quite nice this time of year, to be honest. I mean, deadly is all hells, but
It
Yeah,
seems
it's kind of like
completely
how
innocent.
Iceland is very green. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's take the shortcut.
I do know a darker path, but I think the swamp might be safer.
I suppose we must.
Depends how
Yes.
quickly you want to get into a 7-day argument with a bunch of old wizards.
Well, I think if we're going to be in an argument that long, we better get there quickly.
So, well, or at least we should see some nice sights on the way, right? To swamp it is.
Is that a nice
Yeah.
sight? All
Oh,
right,
look at you
let's go.
confused. It's a swamp. What's not to love about a swamp? You've got insects, you've got frogs and toads. They're beautiful.
We smash cut as you make your way down the mountain. You've made your way down the mountain uneventfully, and in fact to the swamp of morning uneventfully. And as the camera cuts from Belladonna talking about all the beautiful aspects of the swamp, we see our adventurers now walking through the swamp of morning. So named not after the time of day, but after the wailing of the trees who constantly weep for the sadness of the world. Now, this isn't just like sniffles, like you're hearing like, and some of it is very, very tragic stories that these trees are mumbling out in between their cries of pain and agony. Others are things like, "Why does one sock always go missing off the laundry line?"
That's fine.
It's various levels. Anything that might have made someone sad at some point, they say, is wept for by a tree in the swamp of morning.
See,
I'm-
beautiful.
Well, I've
It
got
just-
I've got some really embarrassing trees in here. Let's keep going.
I think I think Hilda's just like moderately irritated by all, like she's got that heroic, never had a cold thing going on. So it's like that just doesn't really, like, she's had a couple of sorrows, but most of this is like, you just swing a sword at it. Like, come on.
Excellent. Who is going to take the lead in navigating the swamp of morning?
Sure. Not that I know what I'm doing, but let's
Excellent.
be real.
Why don't you go ahead and give me like a survival cunning roll, maybe?
Sure. Okay.
um,
You sure about that?
I am
I
quite.
can't convince you of anything else.
I'm happy to hear alternatives.
Um.
I have some, let's see how much cunning I have. I don't have much cunning. I've got like 3 die.
How about
Roll.
survival resolve?
I'll let you have survival resolve. That's fine.
Okay. Thanks.
No problem.
Wait, did none of us have survival?
I have 2 dots. I have 2 dots, but
Okay,
I'm not
good.
very
Okay,
cunning.
good. Whew. I'm
Yeah.
cunning, but I don't know how to survive outside of an evil keep. So
I've got good resolve.
Give
Not
it a
good
shot.
survival.
Let's see what we get.
Okay. 2 successes.
Not bad. Not bad. You're able to find a route that is relatively safe. The first half of the day, aside from hearing the miseries of existence as conveyed by this chorus of discordant trees, it's pretty easy. You come across a couple of small game animals that are sort of running through. You notice a tendency of the squirrels here to like stop and just shake their fists and periodically like throw an acorn at a tree if it's being particularly loud. But otherwise, they're not aggressive to you. However, as you're making your way along the path, you notice a couple things. First, the ground up ahead looks a little odd. The sand on the path looks particularly sparkly in a couple of areas. And beyond that, you can hear some grumbling that doesn't sound like the whining of the trees. This sounds more like angry sort of grumble going on, but it's distant. This area of sparkly sand seems to cover the entirety of the path for probably about 10 feet. What would you like to do?
I'd like to examine it. Like,
Sure.
bend down, have a look at it.
Excellent. You bend down close. Go ahead and give me, you can go either survival or I would say really this is going to be a survival. There's really not much else
Mhm.
that would fall under. But what attribute would you like to lean on?
I suppose intellect would make sense. Like, what is it?
Sure. Go ahead.
Kind of thing.
Intellect survival.
I've got 2 successes.
Excellent. As you look down and you're about to stick your hand in to sort of get like a closer look at it, you recognize this is quicksand.
Well, sort of, stay back, kind of. We'll have to. If I recognize it as quicksand, I might know a little bit about how to get across it. But I'm not sure if
So
we have like the means to do that.
you can either like cut down a tree that was or branch that was significant enough for you to balance across. You could try to cut a path around it because it's just over or it appears to be just over the path. You're not sure if it goes into the trees on either side or not. Or you could try to leap it or something along those lines.
I might take out my sword and just get to felling a tree. Just real quick. We're gonna heroically, make a bridge.
All right. Excellent. In that case, give me a might close combat. You're going to be at. It's going to require a total of 5 successes to get a tree down. You can take multiple shots if need be.
I'm rolling 8 dice on this, so.
Can I assist in any way?
Yeah, I would say so. If you have a weapon that you can use along those lines, and you would both get you would get +2 enhancement for your sword. And what weapon is Ayla using?
I don't know that I actively decided what weapon I was. I think I was thinking like a morning star. Not that. Wait, the one that's not attached to change, but is attached to a
Like a mace.
That's a mace.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Maybe a mace.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's fine. You can sort of beat on the other side to try to weaken the other side up. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Sure. Why not?
Great.
Well,
I got 5 successes because I was rolling 10 die. So
excellent.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll anyway. Let's see what you add to the party. There might be some additional
Sure.
additional benefit.
Would you say this would be like close combat and might?
Yep. And then you'd have a +1 enhancement for the mace.
Nice. Oh, and a 10. Okay. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Thanks for the hydrate, Tom. Just saw it. Appreciate it. She said 5 successes?
Yep.
Oh, wow. Okay. So you absolutely, working as a team, probably while extolling the virtues of teamwork, you chop down the tree while Alis bats at it in such a way that you're able to lay it directly across, giving yourselves an easy walkway. There's absolutely no issue, and you're able to navigate it without the need for a roll.
Yes.
However, once you're on the other side of this, you can all sort of now hear this this complaining through the air.
Oh, goodness, here we go again. Just every time I think I've got a place settled and something comes along.
I thought it was the swamp of mourning, not the swamp of whining.
Bella, you recognize that voice
Oh no.
from your childhood. This was, in fact, one of your babysitters. A woman you know as Auntie Yellowteeth.
It's marking that down. Then Bella's probably going to say a very befuddling sentence to these two. Auntie? Cup her hands to her face.
What?
Hand tracking only works on one side with this microphone for some reason.
What?
Auntie, it's Bella.
Oh, great. Now the trees are trying to tell me to stay, trying to trick me.
Oh, no, you will not trick Yellowteeth.
Ooh, I'm a tree.
No treat. Oh,
See, told you. You're
Where
not
are
gonna treat
you?
me.
She always gave me not ice cream, but the goo cream, the ice cream, which I asked for when I was a kid. It was great. Yeah.
You all start to hear
Nice babysitter.
a rhythmic rattling as a puppet that's about 4'7", 4'8", with a very, very hunched over back, gray hair that hangs in like stringy sort of curls almost to her knees, carrying a backpack slung over each shoulder and a bag tied to her waist and another bag in one hand, walking with a stick. This puppet has sort of nodules kind of all over her face, one very large eye and one very tiny eye, and an extreme underbite. And she says,
What's all this then?
trickery.
This is your aunt?
Fully gonna run up to give her a big hug.
You're a tree vision. You're a tree vision.
Maybe I am. Ooh,
This
not quite. This is Auntie Yellowteeth. Auntie Yellowteeth. The arrayed forces of good. She'll do a little introductory bow.
Oh, I don't know what you're hanging out with this kind for. She points at Hilda. Do-gooders run around sticking their nose in everybody else's things. Is that why you're here? Stick your nose into my things.
I'm not. We just need. We're just passing through.
Passing through. Well, then pass along, will you? I've got a whole house to pack. Yes, whole house. Gotta go. Time to leave.
What?
Wait,
Why
are you
moving?
moving here?
Oh yeah. Oh, definitely. Yep. Gotta go. Gotta go. Big trouble. Big trouble. Come, I'll show you.
And she starts walking off of the path. And kind of looks back over her shoulder.
Come.
Well, we'll look at these two.
I think Hilda's just very tired at this point because it's like it's like everything like I think the empty is sort of having to sort of rewire her brain like, okay, so there's a bigger evil. So is the normal evil, do I hit it with a sword? So so
like
she's
a
just kind of
Medium evil.
yeah, so we're the gears are kind of she's not the brightest, so the gears are kind of turning a little rusty with it. So she's following after and she's just trying to give her like meanest old lady look about I
do you
don't
think
like
it's-
this.
Is it safe to go off the path, Bella? Do you think?
I mean, no.
Absolutely not.
But it's not worse to go off the path than to be like, on parts of the path. So
Then why is she taking us here?
because something's wrong with her house, probably.
Oh,
Does she live here?
Last you knew, yes, she had.
Yeah.
She had planned to move there to carry out some grand nefarious plot based on divining the future based on the whining of the past. Was the way that she described it to your mother.
Right. She was here to do some very important oracle-ish work.
It's called Wingeomancy.
we should
Yep. Windomancy.
we should probably help her. Let's go see what's wrong with her house.
She did always let me have the ice cream. None of the other babysitters did.
I have no idea what that. Anyway, let's go.
It's like frozen screams, but then they're flavored. So some of them are like mango flavored. Some of them are watermelon.
Huh.
Good stuff.
Cool.
As you get
It's from the
closer
Ice Fortress.
to the house, you can see this hut, which looks every bit of what you might imagine a swamp witch's hut to look like. There's various sort of bones hanging from places. Looks like it's built largely from like mud and leaves. You notice there's a cart out front, a very sort of rotten, nasty wooden cart. The cart is stuffed with bags and hitched to a lone skeletal. You're pretty sure it's a donkey. It's either a donkey or a pony. Hard to tell without the skin on it. But that skeletal thing is hitched to the front of the cart, just waiting. And she walks on up to the house and says, well, come on in. Don't bother wiping your feet. This place is done with.
What's wrong with it, Auntie Yellow Teeth?
She starts emptying, like, there's various shelves full of, like, eye of newt, wing of bat jars and whatnot. And she's just opening a bag and, like, dumping all of them into a bag that definitely doesn't look like it should hold all of that. And then tossing the bag to the side and just continuing. Says, well, why don't you ask your little playmate over here what's going on? It's your
Me?
mom's fault I'm moving. No,
Oh, her.
yeah, she points at Bella.
Hey, I have no idea what mom's up to.
Oh, Miss Blightwood's gone off a nut. That's what she's up with. She's playing with dark forces, such as the empty. The empty. There are lines we do not cross.
You do have to have standards.
We do.
You do have to have standards. That's right.
That's right. And there's nothing to be gained. Nothing to be gained. So, always fancied I'd retire by the beach. Since I can't retire there, might as well die there. And she shoves another shelf full of jars into a bag and tosses the bag over to the side.
There are a lot of people going to the beach lately, and I've been thinking about it. You're the second person I've heard today, well, a couple days ago, who talked about going to retire to the beach, and unfortunately, a hero's work is never done. So,
Well, you should have organized. You should have organized 20 years ago. Yep, should have. Yep, then your work would be done. You'd have vacation. That's what I tried to tell that. I tried to tell that to the henchmen too. Tried. Nobody was having it. Everybody was too scared. Oh, Miss Blightwood might lose her mind.
Oh, I remember.
Yep.
Mom was so worried about that. Oh, the minions are going to organize. Oh, the minions are going to demand working conditions. Oh, the minions are going to demand that I stop sacrificing them to the lava pit.
It's why I switched my focus to research, to be honest with you. 'Cause nobody was
I
having it.
mean, it does seem like unionizing is a good idea, but is there anything we can do to help? Are you sure that you're ready to move? I mean, if you are, we can help at least get things sorted. But if we can, do anything else,
Oh, dearie, you're so sweet. And she reaches out to take your hand and pat it with her other hand. And then she just kind of looks over at Bella and says, this is what a sacrifice, is it?
No sacrificing. I haven't done a sacrifice since I was a kid. You got to do you turn 16, you sacrifice. I haven't done one since then.
Maybe that's why everything's gone sideways, isn't it? You haven't been paying attention. Your mom, when's the last time you talked to your mom? Right.
Pulling at the collar of her armor.
All of this could have been avoided, I think, if you she's lost her mind. And Yellow Teeth like falls to her butt and sighs deeply and says, she lost her mind.
what could have, like, because she was, when I knew her, she was like the darkness, not the void. Like, like
you
this,
gotta have
like
a little
this
bit of
one's
light
all
to highlight the depths of your darkness.
yeah, like this one likes her toads and all the wordy little things. Like you, obviously you've been an influence on her, but like nothing, like there's nothing interesting about nothing. I can't even intellectually understand it. Not that I understood, all this gothic stuff, like what's wrong with a little color, but
I feel like Hilda has a bright pink cardigan.
I've been
Like-
out of communications for some time. But I hear rumors, things come to my head from time to time. And I hear the trees. And for a while, your mother had a tree here. And it spoke of terrible heartbreak, horrible pain, disappointment, lost love in the arms of a champion. And then one day, it just stopped. Only tree in the forest gone quiet. Now, if you'll excuse me, she stands up. Plan on catching a few waves before the apocalypse. And she starts shoving more.
I think Aylis is, if there's like spare like boxes and stuff, like Aylis is starting to load them on the cart for her. And it's
Everything is going into these magical bags.
Oh, okay. So bring things over to the hag lady. And she's like, I mean, I guess if there's nothing, that means there's nothing sad either, right? He's just kind of like handing this lady
Well,
bags.
that is one good way to look at it. But tell you what, I've been sad, been very sad, been super down, been at the end of my rope sometimes, be honest. Never been so sad I wanted everything to stop.
It's a little bit of an overreaction to breaking up with a girlfriend. I have to say.
She like leans in at you leading with her big eye and says, "Who said it was a girlfriend?"
I see. All right. Well, I guess people have lives after I suppose they have entire lives after they leave your life. It's fine.
Question mark, question mark, question mark.
Just gonna look at you, Alice, with the most awkward face we've ever seen. Just yeah.
That just sort of like, I didn't see people after, but that's fine. She can live her life however she wants. Just kind of like, yeah.
Mhm.
All right. Well, we're gonna go see some wizards, I guess, about your mother's problems. Maybe we could go talk to her tree about maybe feeling some sadness again. Maybe we can convince her tree. I don't know how any of this magic stuff works.
Trees are just like trees are like
Conduits?
sure. Yeah, it's like if you roll up a scroll and yell into it like this. That's what the trees are. Really is. They don't really think. I hope they don't think. They sound terribly sad.
Oh, gosh, I hope so too.
I wouldn't wish that on anyone.
Trees themselves just suffer.
But no, I think. I mean, you could try. Who knows?
It's
You
worth
point
a
me to
try.
tree.
I could point you to it on my way out.
Yeah, go
Sure.
for it.
All right. Just thought it'd take me about another 5-6 months to pack this place.
I don't
Are you
think
sure
you
there's
have
no
that.
way we can help? I'm
Uh,
sure many hands make light work.
Oh, there's a number of ways you can help, dearie. It's got the entire bric-a-brac room to pack up still. I'm a bit peckish. Maybe you could help me light the
We have a
pilot
quest.
on my oven,
Yeah.
if you don't mind.
Oh, we could light a thing on your oven, probably.
All right, you got to crawl in way deep.
No, and I'm grabbing it.
Auntie, no eating my friends. We talked about this, right?
Oh, I didn't realize these were your friends. I'm sorry. I apologize. I won't try to cook you into treats.
Well,
Yeah, I feel like I probably have a few more things to do first, but
That's a
if
good
there's something
idea.
we can do quickly for you just to ease your packing before we have to go. Any friend of Bella's is a friend of mine.
Just go track down her mom, give her a kick in the tail, tell her not a fan of what she's done with the place.
Okay.
can do that for sure.
Here,
Kind of what we're after.
I'll give you this. And she reaches into one of the bags and pulls out a jar. The jar has like what looks like a firefly in it. She smashes the jar on the ground. Firefly flies up and says, "Show them to the quiet tree."
Okay. Can I kind of encourage the firefly to like come sit on my hand or something?
Sure.
Just like,
While you wait.
come here, buddy.
Absolutely, while you wait.
All right,
Okay.
let's go.
Well, let's head out to the
Well,
tree.
I'll see you by the seashore, hey? Sir, I didn't know you started surfing. You got to tell me about it when I'm over there.
Well, I haven't started yet because I don't know if you
Okay,
noticed,
okay.
not a whole lot of ocean around here.
I mean, there's a swamp. Swamp surfing doesn't seem very fun, though.
No waves.
Think-
No waves.
think.
I've tried it. A little magic. I was able to go down the river about 5 feet before it stopped.
Oh, well, all right.
So I think I'm ready.
I think you've got this.
Well then, happy travels. Good luck. Hope you're not devoured by oblivion itself.
Likewise, you know.
Hi, Auntie.
Nice seeing you, Auntie.
Would you all like some sweets for the road?
No thanks.
Oh, Auntie's the best sweets. Absolutely.
Now, I understand there's some do-gooders in your group, so everything's ethically sourced. Don't worry. And she hands you a bag of candy.
We'll happily take it with her.
Very good.
Thank
all right.
you. So we'll
Sit.
go show the firefly to the tree.
So the firefly is supposed to show you the direction to the tree. So like
okay.
as you get out onto the trails, the firefly starts leading you out. And it takes you back.
I don't know why, but I interpreted that as show this firefly to a tree. I just get too in character when I'm playing Aelin.
Exactly. So you go on for about another 2-3 hours, and then the firefly takes you off the path to a relatively large, like, we're talking like redwood-sized tree. You notice well before you get up to it that its bark isn't gray; it is colorless. The leaves that once hung on are dead.
Maybe your mother has been. Maybe your mother's a victim of this, not just a source of it.
I mean, it seems like, and I don't know anything really about any of this, but the way it sounds like is that this thing, the empty, needs someone or something, and that maybe she agreed, or maybe she was tricked. I'd like to think she was tricked, but we'll have to find out, right? I mean, it must be. It must be tempting when you're feeling sad to just not feel anything, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever problems I had with her, she enjoyed aspects of life and felt things. And this seems like you don't want people to be unhappy, if you don't agree with them.
But it almost feels like feeling nothing is worse than being unhappy. But I guess maybe when you're unhappy, it doesn't feel like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You hear a nearby sapling say, "I wouldn't want that at all."
That's right. You're very lucky.
Like I'm
Wait, you can talk.
well, I guess sort of as a yes, after a fashion. I don't like it though. Kind
Do
of.
you know
enough.
whose tree you are?
Farmer, real lonely guy. Just gets up, works, goes to bed. Real bummer. Used to be enough for him, but now he's 40 years in, and his loneliness has turned into this little sapling. Another decade or so of him being lonely and miserable, I might be a big old tree like that one, but hopefully not like that one.
Do you know what happened to that one?
Yeah, all the color came out of it about a month and a
Do you
half
remember
ago.
what it was whining about?
Before that, yeah, it kept saying it was in pain and it was alone and it felt betrayed. It said that it asked why Golden had failed. Hilda, this name brings up some memories for you. You remember a young hero, and I'll let the rest of you actually go ahead and roll. I would say either culture or academics, with intellect or cunning. And Bella, you can have 2 extra dice on the roll.
Listen to those 2 dice clack together. Oh, but they were both 9s, so that's 2 successes.
I also got 2 successes.
Excellent. So you both will remember this as well, though the later parts of it more than early. Hilda, you remember in your near the end of your sort of heroic journeys, you started traveling with who you felt was kind of the apparent heir to being the hero of the people, a man by the name of Golden Goldmane. And he was just and righteous and furious in battle, but benevolent and forgiving of his enemies. He had every quality that one might expect for a hero, and possibly even was one of the major things that made you feel comfortable in retiring. That he was out there. Alis and Bella have both heard great legends of this hero, who traveled throughout the world, fighting evil, standing up for good, developing a legend, developing a reputation. And then suddenly, without explanation, he sort of disappeared 5 years ago. No one knew. There are stories that he's still out there. There are stories that he's still active. Every once in a while, some averted tragedy or act of anonymous heroism is credited to him. But no one knows for sure. Now, Bella, have you been in contact with your mother in the last 5 years?
Probably not, no.
Okay. And that is also the end of what you know.
Why did your mother care that the hero had failed?
That is odd.
That's a good question. I haven't really spoken to her in a long time.
A lot of questions. Not a lot of answers, but I'm used to that. Shall we press on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Sapling. Good luck, buddy.
Thanks. And hey, all of you be careful. I can still sort of hear you.
Bye. Yeah. There's worse things than being bored by being a farmer. There really are. So I hope you feel better. Like, I know that's very. I know that's out of character. I know that's very invalidating, but she's definitely like, but
Get wrecked out there, sad farmers of the world tuning in. Get wrecked.
Your pain isn't as bad as people whose heroes have failed. Go touch grass, farmer.
Okay. Yeah.
Dun.
Yeah. It's like so it's like this forest is a big Bummer. I bet I don't have a tree here. She's probably got a massive
I
tree
was
somewhere raining.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
almost as if on cue of the sapling's warning, just a few steps back toward the trail, and you all swear at one point or another that you hear your own voice uh, echoing on the chorus of others in the forest.
Yeah, and it's probably talking about how she didn't have a lot of time left. Like this is, like it's there's her time's really past and like that sort of thing. And it's like,
If Ayla starts hearing her own voice, she'll just start like chattering about bullshit really loudly to try and like just like, hey, so what do you guys want for dinner? I want salad. I want meat. I would love some corn. Corn sounds great. I love corn. Like
yeah, it's like it's too bad. Like we're just sort of on a constant sugar rush. It's all we really have at this point is like candy.
Yeah.
I
Crackers,
would love
candy,
some
and wailing
vegetables.
trees, exposing our deepest internal secrets to each other.
Oh, did you hear? Did you hear that? It was my stomach growling.
Yeah.
Your stomach growled, "Life feels meaningless."
Noisy.
What about Bella? How would Bella react upon hearing her own tree?
I should slow down a little bit, and I don't know, try not to let on too much what she's feeling, but she's not gonna screenshot to blot it out. Just, it is what it is, you know. Like a little bit of darkness is important, maybe even emotional darkness, as hard as it is.
So you're the only one who's like halfway healthy.
Halfway feels like a stretch, but like a third, a work in progress, maybe.
Amos is
like-
very insistent that they are never sad. She is never sad.
Of course, never been sad in your life.
Heroes don't get
Yeah.
sad.
Not once.
On the way to here, you don't just mourn people, you mourn what you wish they were going to be in your life.
And as that thought fades in the wind, you all make your way finally free of the swamp of morning, where you see the sun finally clear overhead. Its warmth immediately fills you with a renewed purpose and happiness that felt like it was almost starting to be drained by the swamp itself. Unfortunately, it's not very long after you leave the swamp that feeling is interrupted. And as it is interrupted, I would like integrity cunning or survival cunning rolls from all three of you, please.
Oh. Whoa. Let's go. I got 4. Holy. I am startled. 10s are 2, right?
Yep, 10s
Yeah.
are 2.
Woo! Rolling my life in this game, apparently.
Oh, you're muted there, CJ.
Hope you're muted, CJ.
Muted myself in the wrong
I-
place.
I botched.
Excellent. You gain a
This
point
is
of
definitely cunning, right? No, you can't go around it this time.
yes, definitely cunning.
Okay.
You can gain 2 more rewrites to the pool thanks to the botch, and Hilda will effectively be surprised by what's happening.
I have no successes. And just like interestingly, funnily, I rolled all 4s.
That is interesting and funny. So
Yeah.
let's add 1 more rewrite to the pool, so that's 14. Now, do either of you want to take advantage of rewrites on this roll?
Yeah, that actually, am I, if, I can only re-roll up to 2, right? Because it's, I had 4 dice, so
No, you
I'll
can
take.
you can only spend half the rewrite pool. So if you want to,
Oh,
so
okay.
you can
Yeah,
re-roll
I'm gonna
all 4 if
re-roll
you
all
want.
of this. I'm gonna re-roll all 4 of these. There's no reason not to.
I think if it's okay, I'll re-roll my 3 as well.
All right, so
I
that brings
have
us
3
down
dice
to a rewrite pool of 7, which is still a
Nice.
huge
Yeah.
rewrite pool.
Yeah, so I got 2 successes now.
Excellent, much better.
I got 1.
Okay, let me just see how your opponents here are going to fare. Excellent. So actually, none of you were like surprised, but only Bella will have a chance to act reflexively, like before they do. As you're moving along and you pass like a little chunk of bushes, 5 bandits leap out from behind the bushes and they're like, stand and deliver, and draw their daggers. And that, I think, if everybody's okay, is where we'll take our quick bio break. We're going to take 5 for biological and
Dun,
technological
dun,
needs
dun.
as a group of ragtag group of bandits threatens our heroes on the roadside. If you're watching
right.
us live, please consider heading over to the Curious Cats of Mao backer kit while we are away and throw some money at that beautiful project. If you're watching this in YouTube or on the VOD, just fast forward to see our pretty faces. We'll be back momentarily.
Toodaloodles. Also, like, get water. Be kind to you. There's only one of you.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. We have returned. Sorry for the additional delay. Millie had to step away momentarily and may or may not be returning, but I've been instructed how to address Belladonna's actions since she's caught this initiative. She goes, "Ah, cripes," and poof, disappears. Alis is
That
muted.
sounds exactly like a slash bunny.
Exactly. So the bandits descend, asking you to stand and deliver. And given what is going on, since neither of you were surprised by it, but you didn't get enough to be able to like beat them to the punch, we're gonna just do like a standard old initiative check. So
Excellent.
they will roll their physical, and y'all will roll the lower of your athletics plus cunning or your empathy plus dexterity. And
Suddenly appears.
Oh, welcome
you
back, buddy.
suddenly, I just poofed you away. Should I poof you back or undo the poofing you away?
I guess depends how was I poofed away?
You simply went aw cripes and poofed when you saw the.
Yeah, no, that sounds great. I'll just be up on top of the tree.
Excellent. You have poofed away to a nearby tree. We will
I don't know how to
say.
deal with bandits except for these two. Christ, what even is combat? That's what I have minions for. Ooh, wait, hey, I have minions.
Hey, there you go. That's a thing you could unleash here. Now, having said that, you may also roll.
Oh, no, I meant these two.
Oh.
Wait,
Well, you may still roll your athletics
your
plus
friend.
cunning or empathy plus dexterity, the lower of the two, to determine when you go in the initiative order.
I got a
Okay.
one success.
One success. All right.
I got none.
Excellent.
Not one.
The bandits got
So I
three.
guess
And what do we get?
add one to the rewrite.
for
Do we
Bel-
get a rewrite pool or is that
Sure, I'll
initiative?
give you a rewrite for failing on initiative. Why not? And were you going to roll it all for Bella, or were you just going to take whatever initiative slot?
Oh,
you
sorry.
get?
Is for me? I think for initiative, I had that before we took a break.
Oh,
but
that
for
was
the
to-
poof.
That was to see if no, it was the roll before we took the break was to see if you noticed the bandits in time to act first.
Oh,
you
right.
get.
I'll take whatever.
Right,
It's fine.
excellent. The bandits do go first, so they're going to break up into units of. Well, actually, what they're going to do first is they're going to attempt to intimidate the two of you into giving them their just desserts. So let me roll their social dice. I assume 0 successes fails to intimidate the heroes of the land, and they will pass
Yeah.
the initiative on to Alis. What would Alis like to do?
I think I would like to try to convince them to turn around and not interact. I would like
How-
to use presence
Okay.
and persuasion,
Okay.
and I would like for Alis to say, "You don't want to pick this fight. Not with us. You're better off if you leave."
Excellent. Is that a
And kind of like strike a sort of big pose as well. And I will.
and you still are holding on to a die from equip earlier, correct?
Yes.
You can deploy that die if you.
I'm gonna do that. Thank you. Do. There we go. Right. Okay. Success. 5 successes.
Excellent. They kind of look at one another, kind of confused and a little upset, and two of them go, I really just am trying to get back at my dad. The other one's like, yeah, I mean, I had bad grades at university last semester, and I'm just not sure how I wound up here.
Have you guys tried to trade? They're
Well,
completely they're just as respectable jobs You don't need a university for it. You just go train under somebody and then learn woodworking or you know building houses.
Yeah, maybe. The other three are like, "What are you doing?" And they start like
No,
arguing amongst.
they're right. They're right, buddy. Like everybody's important in this society.
Well, everybody, we're just peasants. My dad is shovel shit. That's literally his job. He takes feces and shovels it from one pile to another. I don't want a job like that.
That's important, but you don't have to shovel shit. You can shovel something else.
I mean, you mean I could shovel whatever I want?
You can shovel anything you want, bud.
Anything the market will let you shovel.
You could even shovel coal.
They're like, I don't know, shoveling sounds like a lot of work. Yeah, but we don't go to jail for shoveling.
And you don't risk getting injured. Well, you don't risk getting the snot beat out of you by somebody who doesn't want to be robbed.
Oh, I mean, well, we jumped you all because, no offense, you look kind of like easy marks, but you know,
that was a miscommunication. We're just laying low. We're actually pretty tough.
Yeah, I think I'd flex.
Oh, well, in that case, thanks for letting us rethink our lives. And they all take off running.
Bye. Hey, good luck.
Easy marks. Angry sputtering from the top of a tree.
I
Well,
mean,
maybe
you
the
did
fact
run
you
away.
ran. Yeah.
Well, I don't have a sword.
Sure, we could change that.
We could get you a sword.
I don't even know how to wield one. I could throw a book at them.
I hope they find fulfillment. It's really tempting to
I hope
turn
so
to crime
too,
when you feel
regardless
like you
of
don't have anything else.
whatever they're shoveling.
Yeah.
Hopes and dreams, maybe, from one pile into another.
In fact, I really wouldn't blame anybody turning to crime when they have got such a rough situation. But I mean, maybe they could like rob from people who won't miss it. I don't know. Anyway, we should go.
You continue along your path, making your way toward.
Really putting some weird morals into this story. I'm sorry.
I love it. It fits well with the Twisted Saturday Morning Cartoons vibe.
Hey, this is like, hey guys, remember just to rob from Walmart.
Only steal from capitalist pigs is really what the moral of the story.
I mean, hey, always a classic moral. Only steal from those who can afford it.
This is Robin Hood, okay?
To that end, the remainder of your journey to Preston is uneventful. When you arrive, Preston is one of the larger cities on the continent. Anything that you would imagine you would find in a city in like early medieval period, you can probably find here. There are also some alchemist shops, some smithies, and places that work in machining. So you could get like automatons or mechanical vehicles here. It's very top of the line, sort of cutting edge technology is also available. By the time you get there, it's late in the evening, probably too late for you to make your way to the council and hope to actually meet with anyone. You could try to track down some of the counselors at home, or you could simply try to find an inn. What would be your preference?
I feel like if I showed up in the middle of the night to a counselor's home, I would be struck with a bolt of lightning. So maybe an inn?
Yeah, perhaps we should stay the night and start fresh in the morning.
All right. You basically have two choices. There is the Regal Inn, which is the high class sort of. This is where royalty, dignitaries, powerful wizards, and the like stay. It costs 5 gold coins per room per night, and comes with all you can eat, all you can drink, live music. It's a wonderful, fun time. Just a very expensive one. Alternatively, there is the Rat Cellar, which is a exactly what it sounds like. It offers a pile of hay on the floor, a ratty blanket, and additional menu items that you can purchase at the cost of 1 silver coin per night. So, which place will our heroes be staying in this evening?
I love that the city goes from like a 5-star hotel to a like negative 3-star hotel with no in between. There's no like, it's a
Right.
fine motel, you know, it's a little cheap. It's not too expensive.
I was
The
hoping
beds
for
are
like a
clean. There's no
Hampton Inn,
accoutrements.
maybe, like, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah, like a Best Western, like a
Yeah.
like
Or even like an okay Western,
It's
it's
Yeah.
a fine, and it's from the center of the country somewhere. We're looking for like an okay, I don't know, Dakota. I don't know.
It's not so much a lack of mid-range lodging as a lack of available mid-range lodging.
Okay.
I see.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I was pretty offended that we had basically the Ritz and a flop house, but I guess the other ones are full.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think Hilda's fine with the flop house. I mean, she's used to being able to, if there's a problem, she's got 10 die to deal with it. So like, sure, fine.
I mean, although we're gonna have to find food anyway, so although I guess the cost of food somewhere and the cost of staying will still be cheaper than staying at the Royal. So
You can order
Yeah.
food at the Rat Cellar. They have,
will I be okay?
I mean,
They have a variety of foods on sticks.
yeah,
Is the food still moving?
they have
Does
various
the food order
kebabs.
itself and show up to your lodgings.
They offer
Small
various
squeaking sound.
kebabs and meat pies is the main.
I'm sure it's fine.
I'm feeling really confident with various kebabs.
Um, the only thing I'm concerned about is the food situation. I can sleep on hay on the ground.
Well, there are
Are there restaurants?
there are restaurants. There are in fact a lot of food carts.
Okay.
Various people from across the lands have gathered here to sell their wares. It really is kind of a major metropolitan area. So basically, anything you'd want to get in terms of food, you can find out on the street or at a restaurant. So
Perfect.
if you just like, we'll sleep at the flop house and go eat somewhere that is unlikely to give us illness,
Yeah.
then that is a perfectly acceptable plan.
I'm voting sleep at the flop house taco carts.
Excellent.
Or, fantasy
Yeah.
equivalent, but
Yeah. Yeah. We'll sleep
Right.
at the flop house. We might have to have someone look out, like, first half of the night, that kind of thing.
unless we get a door that locks, then but I doubt it.
I'm sure that costs extra.
Hey, maybe they have an upgrade where we get a door that locks.
Yeah.
There are no door that locks upgrades. You have
All right.
you have
Take watch.
2 choices for your room.
Okay.
One is a private room that has the bedding laid out in the corner. It does have a door that shuts, and there is like a nightstand that you could conceivably move in front of the door. It's like a 10 by 10 chamber. It's a very, very small room. Option 2 is the communal sleeping, which is basically just the basement with a bunch of piles of hay laying around.
I say we go for the private room.
Yeah.
Let's spring for the private room.
Yeah.
Now, are you all going to try to cramp into one private room, or are you going to get 3 private rooms?
We can cramp into one.
I think, yeah. It's a
Better-
quasi-medieval setting.
Yeah, better safe than sorry.
Sure. While we're slumming it.
Well, I mean, you can sleep on your own if you want, but then we won't be there to hear if someone breaks into your room in the middle of the night.
That's a good point.
That is a good point.
We'll be fine.
Excellent. You
I
stop.
can
and-
always.
Oh, go ahead.
I can always like we nightstand, and then I lean against the nightstand to sleep.
Fair enough. Fair enough. You gather all your things. You stop and grab some tacos at a taco cart and make your way into the rat cellar, which definitely like has earned its name. Aside from the bartender, who is a particularly rat-like puppet, there are also various rats sort of moving around, just kind of chilling over in the corner. You see at least one of them like go up and like brazenly steal a lump of meat off of somebody's plate, and then run off. They're probably about the size of like, teacup pigs. Um, but aside from that, not a bad place to sleep. You wake up in the morning a little stiff, a little sore, but otherwise not worse for the wear. And in plenty of time to make your way to the council's chambers. Is there anything you would like to stop and do that morning prior to your visit to the Council of the Wise?
No.
I mean, like to, yes. Would love to go get a massage, maybe spend some time by like the but yes, we should go.
I think I ask, do I wear my like old lady green sack and rely on my old lady wisdom, or do I come in the full warrior princess polished, skirt? I am a hero of legend
Can
kind of thing.
you can you wear it underneath the old lady sock and then dramatically reveal?
We can go for that. Like whatever we need to do to get these eggheads to hurry up. Be great.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So you armor up and then throw on your glad rags over the top of it, and
Might I do a little bit of like preparation to counter being struck with lightning? Some like anti-lightning magic wards.
sure,
Just in
if
case.
you'd like to put up just a magical ward, go ahead and roll
Yeah,
your.
just put on some magical shielding for some reason.
And is this going to be for you or for everybody?
I mean, she's pretty sure they're not gonna like, hate these two.
All right. So give me a mysticism and intellect roll, please,
Sure.
and just take note of the number of successes on the shield.
Only one.
All right. So you have a 1 success shield. Now we'll
Wait.
eat 1 success of any attempt to hit you with a lightning bolt or other
Awesome.
offensive magic. You arrive at the Council of the Wise. Council of the Wise is a massive tower. It's the tallest building in the city, and it is surrounded by effectively the Mage College, which is a campus of like 6 buildings that are then within a exterior wall. So as soon as you arrive, you're greeted by guards. The guards are just, normal folk. They're wearing, boiled leather armor, and they have spears. I say, what brings you here? What's your business for the council?
There's a grave dark magic in the land. We need to speak to them about it, make them aware if they aren't already, and try to resolve the issue.
And who are you exactly?
I'm Aylis. Nice to meet you.
I'm Hilda Warrior Princess, and I have allied with the daughter of my greatest enemy to emphasize the seriousness of this threat.
Belladonna, but Belladonna. Mumble.
They nod at one another and say, of course. And they open the gate. The first guard says, I will escort you in. And the second guard closes the gate behind you as you walk in. This guard who's escorting you in seems to be kind of dragging his feet a bit as he's walking you along. Starts even like pointing out like, oh yeah, there's the library and that's our dormitories. We're really proud of the place. And you all see like a pigeon sort of fly overhead. like from the gate toward the tower.
They're letting them know. Well, that's fine. Maybe that'll be helpful.
Mm. I think I'm gonna use my cane I think I'm gonna use a light old lady command. Like, gosh, we're going a little slow for me.
Oh, I
We really can
apologize.
hurry
I apologize. Let us move along.
it.
And as soon as you pick up the pace, you can see on the tower ahead someone come dressed in robes come swinging out of one of the windows on the top floor, and some length of tentacle or wire or whip perhaps reaches down and swing and grabs onto a lower banister, and they swing down, and this way they crawl down the entire side of the tower, reaching the bottom right around the time that you do. And you see before you a man of indeterminate age, probably in his 50s or 60s, completely bald, about 6 feet tall, wearing a purple robe, and with the most magnificent, oversized Raleigh fingers mustache you've ever seen in your life. It is meticulously spread out to about here, where then it loops about 7 times before coming to its tiny little end on either loop. Belladonna, you clearly recognize this, your rival, your hated opponent. This is Mustachio.
Good morning.
When I received the messenger that said you were coming, I could not resist giving you my personal attention, Belladonna.
You know, I was surprised we didn't see you earlier. We were at the rat rest, but I guess they wouldn't even let you in there. It's too classy for you.
I see you still wound with your tongue as opposed to your arts. Fitting, given your skill.
Yeah. At least I don't have a weird face slug. Cripes.
I have you know this is one of the finest
Mustachio, the
familiars in the
arrayed
land.
forces of good in the land. We actually have important business here. Can you get out of our way?
Arrayed forces of good.
The arrayed forces of good, these two,
Is that Hilda you travel with?
And hi, I'm Aylis. Nice to meet you.
Hilda, Aylis, allow me to introduce the worst dressed man in the city, Mustachio.
And you've come here for my help. You think that starting this way is the way to go about it?
You wouldn't believe me if I pretended to be nice to you.
That is
I think I was
true.
trying to manipulate you again.
I'm certain you are.
Again.
I'm
So
not
I'm
trying to
not.
manipulate you this time.
Like, hello, if you think this child's running the show, you're mistaken. We are dealing with evil, not just, Blightwood evil, oh, I love the darkness kind of evil. We're dealing with nothing, like a creeping nothing that's taking over things. So if you're going to bicker with somebody 20 years your junior, you can do that on your own time. But how about, she's going into her grandma thing.
And
He
to be
says-
fair, I can assure you that I'm physically incapable of manipulating anyone.
He
She
says,
is.
So I can second that.
I am glad and honored to be in the presence of someone who was so prominent when I was but a student. And he bows deeply to Hilda and says, right this way then, the council is assembled.
Fast. Cool.
And
Already?
Yeah, and I think I'm leaning over to Belladonna. I'm like, do not let that man give you any crap. Like it's, I think, she's kind of the
He
idea that
is very
somebody's like,
skilled.
yeah, the
Not
man,
necessarily
like,
wrong. He's got the worst facial hair I've ever seen, but that facial hair could probably tear a griffin to shreds.
yeah, I think she's just sort of, you're starting to be like one of her kids a little bit. So it's like like even
Yeah,
if
fair enough.
yeah, like even if you were completely in the wrong, you're a kid and this is an adult man, what's he doing?
Right. He should know better.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, if you can't tell, they don't exactly trust me here because the
Mm.
schemes, you know. eh.
Now what did you do?
I tried to steal the bank.
The whole bank?
A whole bank.
Wow.
There was the necklace there, and I didn't know how to get past security, so I just, you know, uh, put it in a hole
How did
temporarily. You know, like
how
the
did
in
that
between
work?
space between the different. Okay, long story short, the world's connected by all these spots. There's in between gaps between them. I pulled it into one of those. It was very dangerous. A lot of people almost died, but then they didn't, so I didn't do anything wrong. And then everything was fine. But they're just like, oh, you're just like your mother. You're doing evil. It was like a medium scheme.
And it didn't
Wasn't
even
that
work.
evil? I specifically didn't sacrifice. So rude. Can't believe
Well,
it. No one
I hope-
died. I didn't even plan for it.
we learned a very important lesson that day is if you try and steal a bank, maybe people won't trust you after.
Well, but I was okay. But like in my defense, I tried to steal the bank very politely.
With that, you arrive at a magical lift which takes you up into the council's chamber. The doors open, and Mustachio says, "Please come in. I'm certain the entire council is excited to see all of you." And he looks at Alis as he says that, and then steps in. As he steps past you, it sort of reveals the council. There are 7 seats. The center seat, which belongs to Mustachio, is empty. You don't recognize most of the people in the other 6 seats, except you absolutely recognize one of them, a woman with raven hair, dressed in black robes, who, while the other 2 of you don't recognize, she does seem like there's a little familiar quality you can't put your finger on. But Alis, you absolutely recognize Alida, your sister.
Oh. Okay. It's just- Hey.
She says, "Greetings, sister. You've come a long way. Please entertain the council with whatever nonsense you've come to bother us about. We have business to attend. This is no time for your foolery."
It's not nonsense. It's not nonsense. And it's very important, actually. I'm here with Hilda, Warrior Princess, and Belladonna Blightwood, the looks kind of daughter of Mother Blightwood.
Yes, I believe who has been expelled from this institution, correct?
I was on temporary forced hiatus. I've not been yet expelled officially.
Continue.
So, we're unifying together to work together because, sorry, there's a great evil. It's not darkness. It's not anything. It sucks the very life force out of people, out of towns. We came across it multiple times here. It makes them empty, and we need help.
You all sort of clock at the word empty, like the various members of the council kind of exchange some sort of knowing glances with one another. Mustachio says, "The empty you speak of is a fairy tale. There's no proof that it exists. There's no spells have managed to conjure it."
Well, how would I know about it? Because I'm a big, hunk of
Retired.
meat. Like, I don't know. Yeah, retired hunk of meat. And some cultists come through and attack me, and then I see people drained of their color. I wouldn't know a thing about it unless I, had opportunity to hit it with my sword.
Is there a possibility that someone, and Mustachio's gaze falls to Belladonna, is playing a trick to some end to cause distractions and create chaos? Perhaps even
We
using
went
you
to
as a
the
pawn.
Oracle.
How I
went to
wish
an
that were the case.
we went to the Oracle, who looked into what is going on and was blinded and lost her oracular sight.
I see.
I don't think I think that's a little beyond her. Not no offense.
No, none taken.
Yeah, it's here. It's serious. It is the empty. It's not a it's I wish it were a myth, but it's not.
And you want us to believe, Alita says, that you are poised to do something about this?
Well, we're here to get some assistance with it. We should probably assemble heroes to at least look into it, to be at the ready. And yes, I think if anybody's going to do anything, it would be me. Who else? Are you going to do something about it?
I
I,
I appreciate your willingness to stick up for and help out my sister. She often bites off more than she can chew. We
Well,
I
will,
think you're underestimating her, I think.
of course. We will.
and that's why we need help. That's nobody could do this alone. Not even a great warrior princess. Not even the daughter of the of Mother Blightwood. Not one person can fight this alone. We have to unify. We have to do this together.
We will deliberate. Give us the room, please. And she gestures to the lift. You'll be sent for when we have an answer.
You know, I wouldn't
Will
be
we?
here if it was serious, or if it wasn't serious. You know,
Of course.
you.
not after the embarrassment of the last time I was in one of these sessions.
Yeah. So we'll step out, and I'm just sort of I don't know if these eggheads are going to do anything.
Well, let's find out. Whichever of you has the highest persuasion plus presence
Wow.
may.
That's 8 for me.
Excellent.
What are does Hilda?
That's not
Okay.
that's not going to be me. I
oh,
might
oh
have
no,
some.
3 for Bella.
Let's have you roll.
Yeah.
3 feels like it's high for Bella.
Okay.
I have command and composure a little bit, but not enough.
That's 3 successes.
Beautiful. So after what feels like hours of deliberation, which I assume you're all going to wait around at the council for them to finish. But please correct me if I'm wrong if you're going to wander
Yeah.
off and get into trouble.
I'd say Aylis is surprisingly quiet for most of this.
Yeah, would like to check in on that, but can do that after the councils come to their decision too.
Sure. You're called back up to the room. Mustachio says, "Thank you. We have conferred, and despite the various risks associated with listening to the three of you, we've come to the conclusion that the risk far outweighs the possibility of wasting some resources to investigate. We will send messengers to the farthest reaches, informing our wizards throughout the land to be on the lookout and to tell us anything they know about these cults. Given the next few days, we should have whatever intelligence we need to track down anyone responsible for moving around that much magical energy."
Thank you. You won't regret it. It's the right thing to do.
Of course. We are wise, after all. It's in the name.
Honored to be here in a moment when this council takes action that's not just against me. Aw.
Now, as a courtesy, we have gone ahead and paid for you to have the next fortnight of stays at the Rat Cellar on our dime while we await responses.
Very kind.
That's so
You're-
kind. And 2 weeks sounds like a long time to sit on our hands.
We must wait for the messengers, yes? Do you
We
have an
don't have
idea of
to.
where to go?
I don't. Do you have an idea of where to go? I would appreciate one.
That's why we're sending out the messengers. In the meantime,
I mean,
if new evidence presents itself, you may follow it. You're not required to remain here.
We
We're
probably won't.
as you wish. I bid you the best of luck. How then, pray tell, shall we find
happily report
you?
back whatever we find. Well, I'll be with them, hopefully.
Good, then take a pigeon on your way out.
They
Okay.
keep biting me.
Good.
Do you have one of the less bitey pigeons?
Yeah, I take one of those. That's why you want.
I love pigeons.
He like pushes a crystal on his desk and says, "Hi, yeah, Bella's on her way out. On the way out, can you please give her the bitiest pigeon we have? Thank you."
Not again. The
I think
last time I still have like aches in my fingers from the last one.
Don't worry, I'm great with animals. I don't know if this is true.
I don't know if this is true either.
Before they leave, Aylis is gonna look like she's addressing the whole council, but she's gonna look at Alita and be like, "Thank you for listening," and like turn around, leave.
Of course, my dear sister. Please be careful on your journey. There are dire threats throughout the world.
Yeah. Good luck.
And to you. I assume you stop for your pigeon on the way out. Is there anything else that you're doing?
We should probably spend the day here gathering supplies, getting a little bit of rest in before we hit the road. I feel, checking my mother's old, the Fortress of Terror is probably not a bad idea.
Yeah. We could see if we can collect any information around here, but I don't even know where we'd get it. Who we'd get it from.
As you're having this discussion, I'm assuming you're kind of walking through the town, right? Heading maybe back to the rat cellar or to a place to get food.
Can I try to befriend the pigeon?
Yes, momentarily. Not right away because there's not going to be time. She's about to be interrupted. But was there something that Hilda was going to say before I interrupt you?
No, I think she's just ruminating on how slow they're acting. It's like they. I realize that we're adventurers because we're a little more active, but man, the people who are not on adventures kind of piss me off.
As you're sort of mentioning that, and you're trying to sort of play with the pigeon, and as soon as Alice offers, like, maybe we can find out more information around here, you start to notice people in the town square as you're walking down the street, or on the town street, I should say, like, part and like fall in toward the buildings. And you hear a voice from behind you that says, "Warriors of legend."
I
Plural?
Yeah.
Turns around, plural?
Yeah, I'm just already drawing my sword to out of my green dress, turn around.
As you
yes.
turn, you see a man in a straw hat. He's wearing like a sort of just one-piece gray tunic, and some leggings that look like they've been patchworked together. He says, "I have come to stop you. I bring a message from the empty." And he raises aloft his hand. As he does, you see clouds start to gather. You hear thunder in the distance. You realize that at his wrist starts a pig. Just a regular pig. And as he raises his pig aloft in the air, he goes,
Oh, what an embarrassing, spiritual weapon. Oh, no.
as 4 wild hogs come running out of seemingly nowhere to join him in battle. He points the pig at you and says, "You find yourselves in the grasp of ham-fisted. Surrender, warriors of legend."
Shit.
Most of the time, the pig's a real hindrance, but right now, this is his time.
What would you like to do?
And
I
if-
want to
if-
go for the pig that he held aloft, I guess.
yeah.
Yeah, I guess we're rolling initiative.
I'm gonna yeah, let's go ahead and do your initiative, please. That's the lower of your athletics and cunning or empathy plus dexterity.
One.
2.
Somehow also too.
Shockingly enough, ham-fisted goes on 3. He will lunge forward, running at Hilda. His wild hogs hot on his heels. They break up into groups of 2 each. The first trying to attack Bella, and the second going for Alis. He draws back the hand with the pig on it and takes a swipe at Hilda. You all realize as he swings, this hand is not so much, it's not that he's holding the pig. It is fused to him at the wrist. He and the pig are one entity.
Beautiful.
What would you like to do to defend yourself? Would you like to just use your base defense, or are you going to go full defensive as he swings this pig at you?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna bring up my sword to
Like
maybe
parry it?
present the edge to him. Yeah.
Excellent. Why don't you go ahead and roll close combat and might, and he will also roll close combat and might.
Okay. So I've got a +2 because it's my sword. So good luck to him.
His attack is the porcine punch, for which he only got 3 successes. But to let you know what you're up against, he will also have a +2 enhancement because it is a heavy weapon, and therefore he acts with a scale of +1 when he's using it.
Oh wow. So
It's also deadly
I
and
got-
worn, by the way.
oh wow. So I've got 4 successes off of that. Let's see. Should I re-roll a couple of like spend a couple of
You have 7 left in the rewrite
Rewrites.
pool.
yeah, I'm gonna
You want to take like 2 or
yeah.
3 or
Well, you got 3
Let's do-
successes, including your enhancement, or before your enhancement?
I got it was 1, 2, 3, and then before the enhancement.
So you have enough
5.
right now to tie it. So you could just bring that
Okay.
sword up and block and be okay.
Okay, yeah, let's go for it.
All right. You
Yeah,
bring the
let's
sword
do
up
that.
and block, but like you all see as he tags Hilda's sword, Hilda parries it and doesn't move like against it, but her whole body slides back 10 feet off of the strength of this blow. The rest of you must contend with the wild hogs. They're each going to attempt to bite you. First one is coming at Bella. Oh my god. What's Bella doing to defend?
Probably getting completely wrecked by a hog. He's like, it's but a simple pig. What's the worst that a pig could do?
Go ahead and roll whichever
So it's-
resilience attribute you think you would lean on for that defense.
So that's stamina, I guess, to just like stand there and get pig murdered.
Sure.
I think she's mostly just startled and befuddled by the fact that a pig man's gonna murder her. So it's just I would only roll the attribute, right?
Yep, just the attribute.
It's not gonna be a lot. I rolled a 10. I have 2.
You have 2, not bad.
So
So
10 to 3.
the first pig, you stand there kind of like, what's a pig going to do? And the first pig disabuses you of the notion that that's not going to be a problem. As you all hear a loud crunch and it bites through the like armor on Belladonna's path, causing you a level of damage, which causes you to like backhand the other pig. Like, get away from me. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot their enhancement. That's 2 levels of damage that you will take.
Uh-oh.
The next
That's going to go
one-
into that's a flesh wound, and that'll leave a scar then, isn't it?
So you should have the 3 dots in each one.
Oh, yep, you're right.
Yep, so you
Yes.
fill up the first 2. The next one coming at Alis. What is Alis doing for defense?
I'm gonna try and throw a pig.
You're gonna try to throw like.
Yeah, just pick it up and yeet it.
All right. So your plan is to like, which direction are you throwing the pig? Are you throwing it back the way it came? Or are you throwing it?
Wait, no, at ham-fisted.
Okay.
This is a ham fwamp with a pig. You're doing a ham fwamp.
All right.
Ham.
Give me an athletics and dexterity, probably, or might.
Might. I like that. I can do dexterity as well, but I prefer might since
Yeah.
I'm really trying to whale, like wham this guy with this pig.
Might's fine. Well, the success will go to the victor.
Four successes.
Excellent. This pig leaps forward, or this pair of pigs leaps forward, and they jump up to bite you. You catch them both by their ears, like clock their heads together and say, "Not today," and whip them ham-fisted.
I'm like, hopefully, maybe they'll be free of his piggy reign if I knock him out.
That doesn't seem to be. However, you've knocked out 3 of the pigs now. Only one of them remains. And that will then bring us. So each of you kind of took an active action. So Ham-Fisted is going to use his next ability, which is called Slop. He holds forth his hand, pointed again at Hilda, and says, "Get her, Clarence!" And the pig opens its mouth and just ejects forth a stream of pig slop that goes flying at you like a blast. This is a ranged attack with the knockdown, deadly, and continuous rounds tags. It's also gross.
God. All right. So what do we do about that? Do I
Well,
do I just take damage or
if you want to try to like actively dodge or something like that, you could go on. I would let you say athletics dex, or if you want to just take it, you could use one of your resilience attributes. Either one would be fine. If you have a counter move, like you want to slide in and try to strike him instead, I would let you go with close combat as a way, and basically just to the winner goes the spoils.
I think I'm gonna try and sort of I've got a trademark evil shall not prosper that adds to my stamina.
Excellent. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just going to bellow that and use my stamina, and maybe I don't even know, would that be close combat or
Well, if you're
athletics
just using
or-
it if you're just using it reflexively, so you can still take an action, it would just be stamina, and then you would still have your full action. But if you're trying to use like stamina athletics to get out of the way, but also weather the storm, you could use the trademark, which will give you the +2 dice, and then you would also be able to use stamina athletics. It would just be your whole action for the turn.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that to just kind of hold this thing here while the kids take care of the smaller things.
All right. So go ahead and give me the stamina +2 plus your athletics, and
Okay.
he is going to slop you. But probably not
So
with
that's
that roll.
on.
Holy cow.
3, 4, 6. I got a rolls. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes.
Excellent. You deftly dive out of the way, and that also gives you directorial control because you used a trademark. So as you dive out of the way, what would you like to do with that directorial control? How would you like to change the scene?
I think as I dive out of the way, I would like to like slide in a way that takes his feet out from under him, if that's all right, unless that's a
No,
way
that's
I can't change it.
totally fine. You slide forward and take the feet out from under him, and he lands, belly flops on the ground, and shouts, "Clarence, we're defeated! Flee!" And the pig starts running off.
Pig starts running.
And that's where we'll wrap up game for this week. So any questions, comments, complaints, or concerns about this?
Oh my gosh.
I have a comment. I think, well, I have a few comments, but my comment, I think I've achieved one of my short aspirations. I've made allies.
Excellent. You made some
Aw.
point. Yeah, we didn't get a chance to do experience points, so I'm going to do them twice for you
Yeah.
today.
And I think I've my short-term aspirations are defeat a minor foe, which I've done a couple of times.
Yeah, we'll give it to you twice.
Yeah.
Why not? And then you'll need to pick a new one after that. In either game, and if you've done it repeatedly, we'll give you 2 points for it. Any short-term aspirations for Bella?
I'm not sure that she's quite accomplished them. I mean, maybe she's ingratiated herself to the group.
I would think so.
I
think so.
They're fighting on your behalf and helping you out, and arguing for you. So yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, and I've also gotten rescue the kids from danger as a short
Aw.
term. So,
Yeah, so-
I've got a
So yeah, I will let you take. I'm going to do double XP for it basically. So you'll get 4 XP for the 2 short terms you've done. Bella, you'll get 2 XP for the 1 that you've done. Alice, you've done 1, so that's 2
Yes.
XP for you. Anyone by chance finish a long term aspiration?
have we fought a scale 3 foe?
No,
Wait
you
a
have
minute.
Okay.
I have. Ham-fisted called us heroes, plural. My long-term aspiration is become a hero.
If Ham-Fisted's opinion of you is enough to make you feel like a hero,
I'll leave that one in your court, but like a little bit.
I mean, it's
A
up to
bad
you.
guy called me a hero.
You can certainly take that point. You'll just need to find a new long term aspiration if you do.
Okay, I will do.
But
I will do that.
You may take 2 points for that, and must choose a new one. All players got a short-term aspiration, so let's give you 2 points for that, and you all get 2 points for showing up. Everybody tracking
Yay.
those so far?
Where do I put that? So we've got 2 plus 2 for showing up, and that's it.
Right, 2 for each short-term aspiration you achieved, and then 2
Okay.
for showing up. And then 2 more for everybody achieving a short-term aspiration.
So now I think I should be at 6, right?
Sounds
One
about right.
short term, everyone achieved 1, and I showed up.
Sounds about right.
Sweet.
Yep. So yeah, six sounds right. Unless I got because I've got 2, so I got 2 for each short term. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 for showing up for 5 and 5, 6. So yeah, that makes sense.
Yep. And then you would all get 2 more for spending half the writer's pool on a single scene.
Nice.
And then another 2 more for reaching a story milestone, which was you made your way to the city after getting the directions from the Oracle. So you may spend your XP freely or you may hang on to it. I hope you've all enjoyed the tale so far and look forward to discovering, who sent Ham-Fisted. How did Ham-Fisted even know you were there? Why?
These are good questions. Has the Oracle already fallen?
Exactly. You just don't know. But the best way to find out is to join us here again in 2 weeks' time when we return for the next episode of Warriors of Legend. I think we had a great time. I think we had a couple of different morals, and we even squeezed in some product placement. So I think I would say mission accomplished. While I'm getting my things together, let's go ahead and do our outros, and we'll start up with Millie. Please tell us who you are, what you do, who you were playing, your pronouns, their pronouns, and anything you would like to promote.
Sure. Hi, I'm Bunny / Millie Sheener, or they and them are both cool as heck for me. I've been playing Belladonna Blightwood, who I'm having a ton of fun with. And when I'm not here, I'm a goober retro 90s anime bunny girl villain VTuber, so I was particularly well prepared for this character. I think next game, your sister might be in some trouble. No one else is allowed to be mean to you, okay? Only Bella's allowed to be mean to you. That's the rule.
Aw.
Gonna kill that lady. Maybe not, but you know.
She wasn't mean. She just, I mean, I'm pretty dumb. I mean, it's fair. Ugh.
Oh no, you
don't
sweet
say
bean.
that.
No, you're internalizing it. No.
No.
Yep, I have a feeling that Alita's in for some trouble. I like it. Excellent. And speaking of their siblings and whatnot, CJ, please give us all of your pertinence. Did you get through everything, Bunny?
Oh, I think so, yeah.
All right, excellent. Sorry.
Yeah.
CJ.
And you had something to share, CJ. You had something to share.
I do. So, as I've mentioned, hi, I'm CJ. Thanks for watching. I am the community and marketing person for Rowan Rick and Deckard, and we just launched Dagger in the Heart, which is a full-length supplement book for Heart, the City Beneath. I've got the links to it. I've dropped you the links in Discord, Travis, if you're able to share. That would be super awesome.
They are in the chat now.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you. We were funded in 43 minutes. I am over the moon. But we have a lot of really cool, like, extra things, including, like, one of the tiers is original, the original art from the artist, Sar Cousins. So
Oh, wow. That's dope.
it's good stuff. Yeah, it's good stuff. We're really excited about it. We've just unlocked foiling for the cover. That was one of our stretch goals because we're all like aesthetic. I was gonna say aesthetic bitches. I'm not sure I'm supposed to call my coworkers that, but I think they would agree. So we're very excited about that. Lots of cool stuff. We unlocked the GM screen. Everything is good. Everything's cool. So check that out, especially if you already like Heart. But if you don't, you can get a bundle with the core rulebook in it. So yeah, no, it's going great. We're really excited.
That's awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you. And you don't necessarily have to throw this in. You can if you want to, but we also have the free quick start going for Hollows, which is a new game that we've got coming out later this year. And it's rrdgames.com/hollows. And it's completely free quick kickstart if you want to quick start if you want to go check that out as well. And that's going to be around if your local place in like June or whatever has free RPG day, you can pick it up there as well. So super exciting stuff. I've been playing Ayla's She Her. I'm CJ They Them. Thanks for listening to my spiel and see you in 2 weeks.
Thank you so much for being here and spieling. I appreciate it. All the pertinent links have been thrown in the chat. And that brings us around to MK. Your pertinence, please.
I am MK Anderson. I am the managing editor of Onyx Path Publishing. I have over 40 editing credits, a lot of them in TTRPGs at this point, and about 30 writing credits, about 5 of them in TTRPGs you've heard of. If you are looking for an editor or a writer of TTRPGs, you can find me at mk-anderson.com/contact, and I would love to write or edit for you. And I was playing Hilda Warrior Princess She Her.
Excellent. You definitely reach out to MK. MK is incredibly talented and a joy to work with. So I cannot recommend that you go snatch her up some work as quickly as possible. And I guess that leaves me. I'm Travis. Pronouns are he, they. When I'm not running games, I am writing them. It has been my extreme honor and pleasure to bring you yet another episode of They Came from the Cyclops' Cave, which very well might be my favorite role-playing game. You can pre-order it along with They Came from Classified over at Backer Kit right now. I believe the backers either did get or will be getting their copies soon, if they don't already have them already. So now's a great time to pre-order it. Also, speaking of Backer Kit stuff, we do have the Curious Cats of Mao currently over on Backer Kit. The base goal has been met. We've unlocked, I believe, 2 or 3 stretch goals at this point, and still working on stuff like, accessories for your pets and possible new materials to be released for Realms of Pugmire featuring the Monarchies of Mao. So please head over there, check that out. If you haven't thrown in support, please do. If you missed out when we did the Realms of Pugmire, you can get that as an add-on with this back kit. If you were unaware, if it maybe the news got past you, this is a whole new edition of Pugmire, bringing it to the Onyx 20 system, our sort of in-house polyhedral die fantasy system. It's really fun. Like I said, if you check the VODs, there's a couple of actual plays of it. Definitely check that out and get the word out. And then, just remember, GM's Day Sale's going on over at Drive Thru RPG. Head over, check out what's on offer, grab you some inexpensive game products. Oh, one last thing. I always forget on the days where I have released a thing, or where a thing I was involved with has been released. But the large-scale combat tasty bit for Trinity Continuum has just dropped over at Drive Thru RPG, and this was a lot of fun to work on. It's basically, if you want to have massive space battles that your player characters can also have like meaningful actions during without it becoming a slog, I think these rules will help you immensely, and I hope you check them out and enjoy them. Till then, take care of yourselves and each other, wash your hands, wear masks, get shots, follow if you haven't, and we will see you again real soon. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Take care, y'all.